Guys, thanks for listening. Here it goes. January has me, like many people, I think, reflecting about my life so far, evaluating the last year and deciding, or resolving, to make this year different, bigger, better, stronger, whatever it is. Looking back on my year in review makes me feel compelled to share my story. I'm a total geek for transformations, and the realizations I've stumbled upon in 2015 feel like they're worth sharing. I'll back up a bit. This time last year, I was a completely different person, literally unrecognizable compared to the version of me you can see now. This time last year, my life was about playing my part, sort of like role playing. And in my mind, I had several roles to fill. Most of them are ones that you may be familiar with. A dutiful wife, one who cooks, cleans, pays all the bills, keeps up the house. The emotional stronghold, the stable, even-keeled, poker-faced, happy, makes the most out of every situation peacekeeper. The enabler, the one who picks up the mess when others aren't responsible. I wanted my life to look pretty. The occasional stepmom who steps in regularly when dad decides to sleep all day. The exercise fanatic who pushes herself far past beast mode until my body literally couldn't move. The thin, beautiful girl who eats just barely enough, never leaves the house without makeup because she doesn't feel like she can, with perfectly long dark hair that her husband told her never to cut. The workhorse with the delusion that I didn't need breaks, and all I had to do was work a little harder and then I'd finally make it to wherever I thought I was going, and maybe be able to support the lifestyle I had created for myself and my husband, which was well beyond our means. Decisions, for me, involved running through all these roles and deducing what she, the dutiful wife, the enabler, the workhorse, etc., would choose. What should my life look like? Last year, I woke up. I realized in my immense brain fog and unhappiness, I have a choice. Actually, a million choices. And I was currently choosing to let my life float by, ignoring my deepest intuitions, thoughts, and desires in favor of paths that were already laid out for me. Last year, I decided for the first time in my life to live my life on purpose. There's a quote that I love by Abraham Hicks, and it says, "Make a decision and make it right. Line up your energy with it. In most cases, it doesn't really matter what you decide, just decide. There are endless options that would serve you enormously well, and all or any of them is better than no decision." I like this quote because it's all about taking action and taking steps towards what it is that you want. Armed with nervous, excited inspiration, I began last year with the KonMari method, which is from the life-changing magic of tidying up, this book by this wonderful Japanese woman. And it involves purging everything that doesn't bring you joy. It started with pants and shirts and books and shoes, and it ended with my husband. In all seriousness, I finally chose to remove myself from an emotionally and occasionally physically abusive marriage. I threw my wedding ring in Lake Minnetonka. I cut off all my hair and dyed it blonde. I sold my house and left virtually everything behind. I chose to eliminate debt and live simply. I moved into a room in my friend's house, and all of my possessions fit into one tiny closet. I traveled Asia for a month, sat in silence and perfectly uncomfortable solitude in a hermitage in the woods for 3 days. I cried. And for those of you who know me, this was maybe the hardest part. I chose to finally feel and listen. Worked less, played more, chose to surround myself with only people who lift me up. I thought about things for the first time like, what do I want? What do I like? What are my core values? Self-love is a constant project now, and I surround myself, literally, with happiness, love, rainbows, and glitter. So much glitter. I have to remind myself literally daily that I'm free. Free to make my own choices, to alter my reality, to change course, to be happy or not. The point is, I choose, no one else. By shedding all my layers and not shoulding all over myself, as my therapist would say, I left my heart and mind open to newness and the, I'll be honest, terrifying unknown, to the endless possibilities, to life. And this is what I found: endless choices. I wasn't done, nor will I ever be, and I have no idea where it will take me. What I do know is that this time around, I'm choosing love. I'm choosing my needs over someone else's. I'm choosing life, happiness, joy. I'm choosing creativity, reality, hope, and constant transformation. What are you all choosing for 2016? I'm choosing to be perfectly me.